वसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। I welcome everyone who are in temple as well as those who are watching this online. We are going further on our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, third chapter, Karma Yoga Nama, Tritiyo Adhyaya. We have got a very auspicious day, Akshay Tritiya today. I'll just talk about it. Akshay means, whatever Kshay nahi hota, Nash nahi hota, one which is not reduced, one which is not destroyed. What do we pray to the God? हमारा जो धन धान्य है, पैसा है, संपत्ति है, वैभव है, कीर्ति है, आरोग्य है, परिवार है, उसका नाश नहीं होना चाहिए. That is अक्षय तृतीया. धन बढ़ना चाहिए. कौन सा धन? क्या सिर्फ सोना और पैसा ही धन है? हीरे धन है? नहीं, धन सब बढ़ना चाहिए. गुण धन है, रूप धन है, आरोग्य धन है. There are so many treasures in a life of a human being. So we should all pray to the God that please maintain and increase. And to increase something, you should decrease something, isn't it? Say for example, we have an empty bottle. In that empty bottle, what is there inside? Air. आकाश है. वो bottle के अंदर आकाश है, अवकाश है. Now you fill it up half with water. What will happen? We got 50% of bottle with water, but you have to also let go the 50% of the air volume inside. So to get anything, you must give something back. There are no free cookies, as it is told in English. There are no free cookies. There are no free donuts. You have to always give something. So whenever we see successful people, we'll say, isko to itna mil gaya. I know he got so many things and all. No, they have paid for it. May not be in this birth, maybe earlier birth. And that is what the karma yoga nama tritiyo adhyaya. And on that we are today going to be end of the chapter. And we are going to see what we studied in the Karma Yoga overall. So I will chant the 42nd sloka and we will go further from what we left last time, and then we will go to 43rd. So 42nd sloka I will chant. Indriyani paranyahu indriyebhyah param manaha Manasastu para buddhir yo buddhay paratastu saha. Yeah. What does God wants to say here? Indriyani paranyahu. Last time we saw that the senses are more than or higher level than the sense organs. Sense organs are just meat. They are just physical, material. It is the chromium, nickel, metals, liquids, panch bhoot. It is made of 5 basic elements, fundamental elements. It doesn't have anything in it, wo jad hai. But when the sensing element is coming into it, then it becomes a sensing indriya. So indriyani paranyahu. The sensing element in our body is higher or upper level than the material part of the body. And indriyebhya param mana, and our mind is higher level, is more higher level than the sensing part of the body. And then manasastu parabuddhe, the intellect should be or is at a higher level than the mana, mind. The intellect should be at a higher level. Higher level means what? What higher level we are talking about here? Higher level means is supposed to be more commanding, more controlling, more powerful than the other element. मन जो है वो इंद्रियों से ज्यादा ताकतवर होना चाहिए. अगर मन नहीं है, if there is no mind connected with the event or experience, we talked so many examples of it, then what will happen? We will not feel the happiness. We will not feel the happiness. If we are sad, any good food put in front of us, we will not taste it well. Why? Because we are sad in our mind. So, indriyabhyah param mana. The taste of the food will be same on your tongue, but you will not enjoy it. Why? You are unhappy. You will not enjoy. So, indriyabhyah param mana. And intellect should be more powerful and at a higher level than the mind. Why it should be like that? Because if intellect is not controlling the mind, then the mind will be controlled by the senses and a person will become like an animal. And we talked about various examples in it. We wake up in the night or early morning and study. Our intellect, हमारी बुद्धि कहती है, our intellect tells us that what you should do, you should wake up, even though your indriya, the body is telling I want to sleep, and even though the mind is telling that getting rest is a fun, the intellect is telling no, you must wake up because there is exam going to come. And so intellect is pushing you. Intellect is stronger than mind and senses. We have seen example of people getting operated without any anesthesia. Yeah, there are some cases in which anesthesia cannot be applied to a patient. In that case, the patient is told, and patients are ready sometimes, okay, do not put me under any anesthesia and operate me. The intellect is controlling the mind and mind is controlling the senses. That is what we saw. The exercise for healthy body. These examples we took last time already. Now there are two things here, the questions. The regular normal life questions. People say, especially in this part of the world, the North America, where the individuality and individual independence is given utmost priority. It is given priority, weightage and value. Nobody can stop you from doing something which you want to do, as long as it is legal in terms of social way. One of that is why we should not be drinking. Drinking क्यों नहीं करना चाहिए? दारू क्यों नहीं पीना चाहिए? मेरा पैसा है, मुझे पसंद है, डॉक्टर बोला नहीं बोला ठीक है, मगर मुझे पसंद है, आई विल हैंडल. मेरी अगर तबीयत खराब होती है तो मैं देख लूंगा. If I am getting sick, why should not I drink? Why should not I get intoxicated? ड्रिंकिंग है, ड्रग्स है, कोई भी इंटॉक्सिकेशन हर एक चीज की होती है, पैसे का भी इंटॉक्सिकेशन होता है. बट हियर टू टेक ए फिजिकल एग्जांपल, वी विल टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ ए ड्रिंकिंग. लीकर. क्यों दारू क्यों नहीं पीना चाहिए? क्यों नहीं पीना चाहिए? पाप लगेगा. किसने देखा है? नरक में जाएंगे. क्या पड़ी है? देखा भी नहीं, पढ़ी भी नहीं. क्यों नहीं पीना चाहिए? दारू क्यों नहीं पीना चाहिए? मुझे अच्छा लगता है, दोस्तों के साथ में बैठता हूं, दोस्ती बढ़ती है. या यू विल फाइंड hundreds of, rather thousands of reasons put in social media. पीते हैं, दुखी होते हैं तो पीते हैं, खुश होते हैं तो पीते हैं. क्यों नहीं पीना चाहिए? गीता क्या कहती है? गीता एकदम सिंपल कहती है, मनसस्तु पराबुद्धे. बुद्धि का कंट्रोल मन के ऊपर. The intellect must be controlling the mind and the senses through it. If the intellect cannot control, then what happens? We become animal. When only mind and senses or only senses are working, that is animal. How does animal work? How does the body and the actions of animals are? Hungry. If I am hungry, I am going to kill. There is a lion, the lion is hungry, lion is going to kill the deer. He will not see here and there, he will not worry, oh, the family of the deer will be shattered. Nothing, he is going to just, my senses are telling me. There is a cow, there is a horse, they will be just stand up, wake up, go around, graze around. Senses, they are controlled by the senses. And the mind is telling, yeah, I am hungry. So look for the food. That is animal. When intoxication is done, the decision making power, the analytical capacity, thinking what is right and wrong, Shreya and prayer, we last time also talked, and it is going to come all through to the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. These two words, Shreya and prayer. What is good for me and what I feel good for myself. There's two different things. Prayer, I like to priya, जो मुझे प्रिय है. The priya word has come from prayer. प्रिय जो मुझे है, whatever I like, that is priya to me. And Shreya, जो मेरे लिए श्रेय करता है, one which is good for me. I like to sleep long hours, but I should wake up and study because my exams are. So in the same way, Shreya and prayer. When the intellect becomes weaker due to intoxication, we cannot decide what is Shreya and what is prayer for me. So what happens? We take wrong decisions because we take decisions only from our senses and mind. Animal. We are not using our intellect. And that is why we should not drink. लिवर खराब हो जाएगा, होता है, वो भी होता है, मगर तबीयत बिगड़ जाएगी. अरे बहुत लोग जीते हैं, पीने के बाद भी 90 ईयर्स जीते हैं, तो नहीं पीना चाहिए. जल्दी मर गए तो नहीं पीता था, फिर भी उसको लिवर का कैंसर हो गया. Thousands of arguments. But what Gita says is straight and simple. When you lose your control from intellect and when you live only by your mind or senses, as the intoxication increases, then what happens? You live like an animal. So what is the meaning of living like an animal? Meaning you are not living like a human. जो मनुष्य देह मिला है, जो हमें हमारा शरीर मिला है, being a human, that is what we are. We say we are human. So we lose that much part of our life being a human, and you live like an animal. That is why intoxication should not be there. इसके लिए नहीं पीना चाहिए. ये जो जिंदगी मिली है, उसको कुत्ते बिल्ली के माफिक जीना है क्या? Do you want to live like that? Do you want to live like an animal? That is what is important. Yeah, some shameless people may say, yes, that is a choice. Go ahead. And that is why there is Punarjanma. If you live like that, the God, the merciful God, भगवान कौन है? करुणामय है, दयालु है, करुणा है. The God is saying, you have lived your life out of 100%, 80% of your life is like an animal. That means you like more to live like an animal and not like a human. भगवान तो करुणामय, he is merciful God. Allah Kareem, Allah Rahim, every religion is telling, they is merciful, dayalu hai, karuna sagar hai, karuna nidhi hai. So if my kid is liking to play with a Barbie doll, मेरी बच्ची को Barbie doll पसंद है, तो मैं क्या करता हूँ? Barbie doll लेके आता हूँ. I bring Barbie doll from the shop and give that as a gift to my kid because my kid is happy to play with Barbie doll. In the same way, if the God is saying for 80% of the life, this human was liking to live like an animal, दूसरे जन्म में गधा बना दो. Another janma you will be animal. Because you asked the God that I will like to live more like an animal, and so I will be an animal in my next birth. Simple, very simple calculation. God is merciful. Dayalu. Another point is that we do tilaka. There are so many points, we can keep going, but we have to go further in our chapter. So another word, the biggest point which is coming in the mind is the tilak. You know, the tilak which we do, हम tilak लगाते हैं on the center of the head. चंदन का कोई भी तिलक लगाओ, तिलक करो, त्रिपुंड करो, कोई भी अलग अलग प्रकार के करते हैं जैसी श्रद्धा होती है. मगर क्यों? Why we are doing tilak? Why we are doing it? It is representing that we give importance, we give weightage, we give importance, we give weightage to intellect in our life. We want to live with our intellect. we don't want to live only on the base of our senses and our mind. इसके लिए तिलक लगाते हैं. भगवान को भी लगाते हैं हम तिलक. तिलक करे रघुवीर, तुलसीदास, चंदन. बहुत, there is such a deep theory and thinking, spirituality behind it. We can keep talking on it, but we have to see this is what is happening. You are on a highway. There are so many diversions coming, and they are beautiful diversions. They are beautiful to talk. They are excellent points. But the problem is that we cannot go into it because otherwise we will lose our main course, and that is what is going into the Gita. So just Tilak is basically nothing but Tilak is explaining us the importance of intellect in our life, going beyond the senses and mind. इसके लिए तिलक करना है. इस श्लोका is telling यो बुद्धे परतस्तु सह, परतस्तु सह. और आत्मा इंटेलेक्ट से भी ऊपर है. क्यों? क्योंकि आत्मा आगे जाती है. इंटेलेक्ट इज बेस्ड ऑन योर बर्थ एट प्रेजेंट, बट आत्मा इज गोइंग फ्रॉम बॉडी टू बॉडी. सो दैट इज व्हाई आत्मा इज स्टिल बिगर देन दैट, एंड दैट इज व्हाट इज एक्सप्लेन्ड हियर. The soul is beyond the body and independently residing as a tenant, does not depend on the size, shape, health, etc. of the body. चींटी के अंदर भी इतनी छोटी सी चींटी होती है, मे बी आई डोंट नो, मे बी क्वार्टर मिलीग्राम और लेस देन दैट, but it has got the same soul, it is moving around, it has got sensings, it has got an Atma in it. And when we say Atma is bigger, that is why the reverence for animals, the reverence for trees, the reverence for the Creator and His creation. That is why Sanatan Dharma, कोई बोलते हैं आप लोग गाय की पूजा क्यों करते हो, तुलसी की पूजा क्यों करते हो? This is the reason. This is the shloka which is leading us to that thought. That is why, इसके लिए, and that is why all our gods and goddesses, they have got animals. माता जी है, उनके पास में शेर है. सरस्वती माता है तो उनके पास में मोर है. एवरी गॉड, शंकर भगवान जी के पास में बैल है, नाग है. सी, नाग को भी हम फूल चढ़ाते हैं. Just as a part of a joke, suppose there is a temple and in that temple somebody is praying the शिवजी का पूजा कर रहे हैं, and then there is a that metal का नाग है उनके ऊपर, उसके ऊपर भी फूल चढ़ाओ. त्र्यंबकम यजामहे सुगंधिम पुष्टिवर्धनम, ऐसे करके वो उसके ऊपर फूल चढ़ाते हैं. वो समय में सचमुच का नाग आ जाए तो क्या होगा? आदमी भाग जाएंगे. बाबा, you are praying the nag and now you are running away. What it means? It is representing the animal kingdom. फूल का हार चढ़ाओ, फूल का हार चढ़ाओ. क्यों? नेचर साथ में होना चाहिए. Together, the Sanatan Dharma is leading and showing the way to live together with the Creator and creation in mind. That is what Sanatan. We should be proud of it. यूटिलिटेरियन नहीं है. गाय किसके लिए? काट के खाने के लिए, क्योंकि उसका मांस स्वादिष्ट है. ऐसा नहीं है हमारा, ऐसा नहीं. So we should be proud. How we can be proud? By understanding. We cannot be proud unless we understand. And our whole this Gita study is basic objective is to understand it. वही करो, पूजा करो, सब करो, वही करो, समझ के करो. छोटे थे, simple example I always give when we were young kids. There is a good incident. In Mumbai, in Bombay, once upon a time, there was a competition among the writers and poets. What was the competition? Define mother. Give the definition of mother. And whoever is going to give the best definition will be, given a prize or something. So there were so many, and remember, these are writers, साहित्यकार है, बड़े बड़े कवि हैं, ऐसे लोग हैं, छोटे मोटे लोग नहीं. Big thought centers of the society. Those people were there. And this competition was there. माँ क्या होती है? So, long story short, so there was one guy who won the first prize. What did he define mother? How did he define mother? माँ दयालु है, माँ ये करती है, माँ नहीं. He defined in very simple way. He told that mother is like a blanket in winter. माँ क्या होती है विंटर में? ब्लैंकेट जैसी. हाँ. And she is like an ice cream in summer. And she is like a umbrella or raincoat in monsoon. Simple words that explains the mother. That explains the mother. So when we are kid, we will only see these three things. But when we are growing old, we know that what mother has done for me. यहाँ भी आते हैं मंदिर में, माता जी हमारे सामने तो बैठी है, खड़ी है, शेर के ऊपर बैठी है, सिंह वाहिनी. अरे क्या क्या दिमाग की कूद है. हाँ, उनको दूसरे एनिमल पे नहीं बैठा देते थे. सिंह क्यों नहीं? शेर माँ, शेरे वाली. हाँ, शेरा माँ, शेरा वाली. शक्ति के साथ में शेर ताकत होती है, मगर शेर के जैसी होनी चाहिए, गीदड़ वाली ताकत नहीं चाहिए. सो आफ्टर वी ग्रो वी शुड नो, we should know our mother, our ancestors, their work done. So that is why it is told that Atma is bigger, is beyond the size and shape. So it is still superior than our identity. We will go further. We can keep going on this sloka. It is already second, day today when we are talking about this. But this is the most important. Anytime we take a decision, remember, are we taking the decision from our Atma, from our intellect, from our mind, or from our senses? Always try to take the decision in life with a higher level. सेंसेस का अगर यूज करेंगे तो उससे अच्छा मन का यूज करो, मन से यूज करेंगे उससे अच्छा बुद्धि का यूज करो while taking any decision, and the decision will be going towards the श्रेय, अपने अच्छे के लिए डिसीजन होगा. That is the reason. That is what it is telling basically in our practical life. Okay, we will go to the 43rd sloka, which is the last sloka in Karma Yoga. Very important. It is something like a conclusion which it is telling to the human being. I will chant the sloka, 43rd sloka of 3rd chapter. Evam buddhe param buddhva sanstabhyatmanamatmana jahi shatrum mahabaho kamarupam durasadam. Evam buddhe param buddhva, thus knowing the soul, thus knowing the soul to be superior to the material intellect. O mighty Arjun, Mahabaho means Arjun, a mighty warrior. O mighty armed Arjun, subdue the lower self. What is lower self? Senses, mind and intellect. By the higher self, the strength of the soul, and kill Jahi. Jahi means to kill. Shatrum, enemy. Kill this formidable enemy. Which enemy? The lust or desire. Kama Rupam Durasadam. Durasadam, formidable, terrifying, alarming. So here God has concluded that who is our enemy? हमारा शत्रु कौन है? हमारा शत्रु कौन है? जो हमें फिजिकली मारता है वो हमारा शत्रु है, जो हमारे पैसे छीन लेता है वो हमारा शत्रु है, जो हमें लाइफ में आगे नहीं जाने देता है वो हमारा शत्रु है. हमारा शत्रु कौन है? Identification of an enemy is understanding and winning the enemy, winning over the enemy. यहाँ शत्रु किसको कहा गया? काम रूपम, the desire and lust, उसको शत्रु कहा. When we are young, we all think, मैं बहुत बड़ा आदमी बनूंगा, I will become a big industrialist, I will make millions of dollars, I will have a beautiful wife and good family, I will have good children, and I will have a great mansion, bungalows, cars, all these facilities. ये होगा, वो होगा. How many of us which we listed during the age between 15 to 20 have achieved? Look back when you are 50, 55. How much of that is achieved? और जो नहीं अचीव हुआ वो दुख देता है, अरे नहीं हो सका, हमारे से ये नहीं हुआ. So identification of issue is the first step to resolve it. शत्रु को पहचाना वही सबसे पहला स्टेप है. And then setting the priorities and then accordingly the actions in life. You set the priority and you take the actions. जो प्रायोरिटी वाली जो चीज है उसको पहले उसके ऊपर काम करो. हाँ. Like when we are giving exam, when we are when we go for exams, we look at the question paper, and in the question paper we look at the questions which are more marks or like more easier for us as applicable, and we attend them first. जल्दी जल्दी उसमें पास हो जाएंगे, मार्क भी मिलेंगे. We will attend them first. So similarly, the questions in the life, which question to attend first? आत्मा के रिलेटेड, बुद्धि के रिलेटेड, मन के रिलेटेड या शरीर के रिलेटेड? हाँ. How do we identify the priority? For me, at present, there may be one priority, and at other time there will be other priority. Suppose I am a young boy, my priority will be to go out and play cricket with my friends. If I am a little older than that, my priority will be to get good marks in university exam. And if I grow further, my priority will be to earn a lot of money and marry a good partner. That is my priority. So how do we decide the priority? Simple. It's very simple example. Always remember this example in life. What is the example? Imagine a sick person. एक आदमी है जो रोगी है, बहुत बीमार है, बहुत बीमार. He is very sick. And he is told that he is going to die in 6 months. 6 महीने में तुम्हें कैंसर हो गया है, 6 महीने में तुम मर जाओगे. You will die. What activities will that man do during those 6 months? यूनिवर्सिटी में 4 साल के लिए पढ़ने के लिए जाएगा? He will not. Will he go for earning more money somewhere? He will not. What activities he will do? मुझे मेरे दोस्तों को मिलना है. I want to meet my friends. I want to go to places. I want to eat some good food as much as I can digest depending on my health. That is what he will do, isn't it? Priority. हमेशा सोचो इसके लिए. There is a sloka, dukkha dosha anudarshanam. Dukkha dosha anudarshanam. There is another sloka, we will not divert into it. But it says that you look at your dukkha and dosha in the more. Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha dosha anudarshanam. Janma mrityu jara means old age, and vyadhi the sickness, रोग. उसको हर रोज सोचो. क्यों सोचो भाई? इतना खराब क्यों सोचना चाहिए? हम अच्छे रहेंगे. Why should I think about bad things? Because don't think that it will happen to you. But then during the day, whatever work we will do, we will prioritize it in that way. If a person is going to die in 6 months, what actions and items he will do as a priority in his life? Do we know when we are going to die? We don't know. We don't know when we are going to die. Tomorrow somebody can die. Is there a guarantee? No guarantee. So then my priority should be today. Today. मेरी प्रायोरिटी वो होनी चाहिए. मैं कौन सी प्रायोरिटी से जीऊं? Which actions I will do in my today's life? बहुत पैसा कमाया, बहुत पैसा कमाया. We know many people even here in Canada also. People work like anything. They work hard. They make millions, maybe billions. Who cares? Right? You can put any figure in it. Then they retire. And within 2 years, they go. Died. Their health depreciated so quickly, declined. They can't enjoy any of the money which they earned during these 40 years, 35 years of their youth. You never know. So prioritize. Prioritize in what way? Tomorrow you are going to die. And that is why there is a sloka. This sloka, it's not negativity, but it is to improve our positivity in life. आज मैं कुछ अच्छा करूंगा. वो श्लोक क्या सिखाता है? आज मैं कुछ अच्छा करूंगा. आज मैं ऐसा कुछ करूंगा जो एक 6 महीने में गुजर जाने वाला आदमी करना चाहेगा. एक 6 महीने में गुजर जाने वाला आदमी क्या करना चाहेगा? 3 महीने में गुजरने वाला आदमी क्या करना चाहेगा? ऐसा मैं कुछ आज करूं, क्योंकि मेरी भी पता नहीं है क्या होना है. That is why how to prioritize, setting the priorities every day. See, our whole study of Gita is not, I always say multiple times, पुण्य मिलेगा, स्वर्ग मिलेगा, स्वर्ग में अप्सराएं मिलेगी, ना 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 ना, नथिंग. गीता इज फॉर हियर. गीता इज फॉर हियर नाउ एंड फॉर माय फ्यूचर. गीता ऊपर के लिए नहीं है, यहां जमीन के ऊपर के लिए है. दैट इज व्हाट गीता इज. उसमें कोई भी धर्म का चीज मत लाओ, चलेगा. वी ऑलरेडी वेंट थ्रू द होल सांख्य योगा वेयर देयर इज नो बिलीविंग इन गॉड. दैट इज द हाइट, अगेन द हाइट ऑफ सनातन धर्म. जो भगवान में नहीं मानते हैं, बिल्कुल नहीं मानते, सांख्य, उनको प्रायोरिटी दी गई है. फर्स्ट वेरी सेकंड चैप्टर, फर्स्ट चैप्टर इज अर्जुन विषाद योग. द वेरी सेकंड चैप्टर इज सांख्य योग. तुम भगवान में नहीं मानते हो, भक्ति में नहीं मानते हो, मत मानो. इट डजंट से तुम मानो ही, ऐसा नहीं कहते हैं. तुम नहीं मानते हो, चलेगा. तुमको सुखी होना है, तुमको खुश रहना है, तो ये करो. नहीं मानो, मत मानो. मानोगे तो अच्छा ही है, और वो आगे समझाएंगे. मगर नहीं मानो तो भी गलत नहीं है. तुम आगे तो चलो, आगे आगे मानोगे तुम. छोटा बच्चा है, नहीं मानता है, कभी बड़ा होकर मानेगा. मगर कहने का मतलब सांख्य को भी एक्सेप्टेंस है. सो यू डिसाइड योर प्रायोरिटीज. गीता वी आर स्टडीइंग ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ दैट. वी वांट टू बी हैप्पी इन लाइफ. खुश होना है ना. सुंदर से सुंदर पति या पत्नी मिलेगी, झगड़ा होता है ना दोनों के बीच में, होता है. मिलियनर्स भी झगड़ा करते हैं. I saw one small video clip where our biggest politician in India is scolding his son. His son is also a big man. He's not a small man. वो ऐसा ही है बोलते. Because his father, the other guy's son. Both are like trillionaires, and highest power positions. But that is what happens. ऐसा होता है. So priority, the key is to know oneself. Who am I? What am I? What is my goal? Why I have come here on the surface of the earth? And how am I related to the outside world? This is the reason for learning Srimad Bhagavad Gita and being happier in life beyond the material experiences. That is exactly the reason why we are learning. क्यों पढ़ते हैं गीता? क्यों पढ़ते हैं? इसीलिए हम लोग यहाँ ये गीता पढ़ते हैं. So the question होना ही चाहिए और होगा ही. So should I not love and enjoy my life? क्या मैं जिंदगी के जो सुख है, एक अच्छा सा फ्रूट देखा, देयर इज अ नाइस, वेरी नाइस पेयर, वेरी जूसी फ्रूट, शुड आई नॉट ईट इट? वो सेंसेस ही बोलती है. सेंसेस आर टेलिंग, ओ इट्स अ वेरी जूसी फ्रूट, शुड आई नॉट ईट इट? व्हाई गॉड हैज मेड दोस थिंग्स? व्हाई गॉड हैज मेड दिस ब्यूटीफुल वर्ल्ड एंड हाउ शुड वी एंजॉय? सो द एग्जांपल, that is exactly where the Lakshmi Mata, हमारे सरस्वती माता, these are the things. पैसे एंजॉय करो, मगर माँ की तरह. पत्नी मत बनाओ. आई ऑलवेज से, विष्णु पत्नी क्षमा देवी माधवी माधव प्रिया. वो माधवी है, उसको उसकी माधव की, उसके साथ में उसका पति होने दो. खुद पति बनने की कोशिश मत करो, वो माँ करके लेके आओ. Why we have got Lakshmi Mata, Saraswati Mata and Kali Mata? Because these three are the power centers. Lakshmi, the money power. Saraswati, the intellectual power. And Kali, the muscle power. These three are the powers which are controlling and ruling the world. When this power comes to you, receive them as a son. इसलिए तो माता का, receive them as a son, not as a husband or wife. उसका पति बनने की कोशिश मत करो. वो विष्णु पत्नी क्षमा देवी है, वो वही है, वो माधवी है. उसको ओनर बनने की कोशिश मत करो. रेवरेंस फॉर क्रिएशन and hence the creator, understanding and experiencing oneness with the world as a soul being one part of परमात्मा. हमारा जो आत्मा है और परमात्मा वो एक ही चीज से बने हुए हैं. और इसके लिए रेवरेंस फॉर एनिमल्स, प्लांट्स, इंसेक्ट्स, fish, bird, all the flora and fauna. When we have this, तो लस्ट चला जाएगा. माँ के लिए लस्ट है? नहीं है. माँ खाना बनाती है, कपड़े पहनाती है, बर्तन साफ करती है, झाड़ू पोछा भी करती है. मदर इज डूइंग ऑल द हाउस वर्क, शी इज कुकिंग फूड फॉर यू. पैसा भी नहीं लेती, काम वाली के जैसे, फ्री ऑफ चार्ज. लव करती है, हक करती है. छोटे थे जब भी तो दूध भी पिलाया, मां के लिए लस्ट नहीं होता, मां की सेवा भी ले तो भी लस्ट नहीं होता। क्यों? क्योंकि मदर है। द होल अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ मदरहुड विल रिमूव द पार्ट ऑफ लस्ट एंड डिजायर फ्रॉम लाइफ। दैट इज व्हाट इज द मैसेज हियर। टेक देम ग्रेसफुली। देयर वाज अ बिग क्वेश्चन, नदियों का पानी नहीं यूज करना चाहिए, नदी के ऊपर बाढ़ जो बंद नहीं बांधना चाहिए, शुड बी नॉट डेवलप एंड बिल्ड डैम्स ऑन द रिवर्स। वो तो माता है, आपने रोक दी उसको। नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, माता है, माता समझ के उसको उपयोग करो, पानी है। एंड व्हाट विल हैपन बिकॉज ऑफ दैट? प्रैक्टिकली व्हेन वी सी लाइक दैट, वी विल नॉट वेस्ट फूड, वी विल नॉट वेस्ट वाटर, एनवायरमेंटल प्रॉब्लम नहीं रहेगा। माता है, सिर के ऊपर चढ़ा के उसका यूज करेंगे। उपयोग की भावना नहीं रहेगी, उपभोग की भावना नहीं रहेगी। And that is how the lust and desire will go, which is considered as a जहीमदम। जो सबसे बड़ा आपका शत्रु है, जहीम शत्रु, वो शत्रु निकल जाएगा। और वो कैसे निकलेगा? तो मुझे कम मिला, दूसरे को ज्यादा मिला, तो क्या उससे डिजायर नहीं बढ़ेगा? नहीं बढ़ेगा। क्यों? प्रसाद। आई हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट इट मल्टीपल टाइम्स। प्रसाद क्या होता है? प्रसादे सर्व दुख का नाम हानि रस्योपजायते, इट इज रिटन इन गीता। एक इतना छोटा सा केले का पीस खा के क्या मेरे पुण्य बढ़ जाएंगे? इतना छोटा सा वो शीरा का टुकड़ा लेके क्या मेरे सब पाप चले जाएंगे? सर्व दुखा नाम, तुम्हारे सब दुख दूर हो जाएंगे। प्रसाद ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? हाउ दैट इज प्रैक्टिकल? कोई भी एक, जो मैं चैलेंज करता हूं, जो लोग अपने आप को इंटेलेक्चुअल समझते हैं, क्या एक प्रसाद का छोटा सा टुकड़ा लेकर क्या आपके सर्व दुख दूर हो सकते हैं? कैसे हो सकते हैं? नहीं हो सकते। तो क्या लिखा है? प्रसादे सर्व दुख का नाम हानि रस्योपजायते। व्हाट इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ प्रसाद? प्रसाद मतलब जो मिला उसका एक्सेप्टेंस। मां ने बनाया, मां ने दिया। Whatever mother has cooked today and mother has given in my dish, I will gracefully accept। मुझे जो मिला, मुझे जो दिया गया, वो प्रसाद समझ के मैंने ग्रहण किया। इसलिए बोलते हैं प्रसाद जमीन पर नहीं गिरना चाहिए, प्रसाद गिरा तो इसे सिर के ऊपर लगाओ, एक्सेप्टेंस करो। That is why प्रसाद is सर्व दुख का नाम हानि रस्योपजायते। So much logic. Number one part is Sanatan Dharma has got a complete logic in it. उसको बिल्कुल आंख बंद करके फॉलो करने की जरूरत नहीं है। पूछो, अपने आप को पूछो, दोस्तों से पूछो, दूसरे से पूछो। आस्क द क्वेश्चन, क्या है? क्या है प्रसाद का मतलब? क्या है? तुमको जो मिला है वो तुमने पहले भगवान को दिया। लड्डू खाने का मन हो गया, पहले भगवान को लड्डू प्रसाद में रखा, भोग में। उसे कहते हैं भोग। जो खुद बगैर शेयर किए खाते हैं भगवान के साथ, वो भोग है। तो भोग धराना और प्रसाद लेना, equal amount of laddu hai. You put 500 grams of laddu in front of Ganapati, when it becomes prasad, it will become 500 grams only. कुछ बढ़ने वाला नहीं, कुछ कम होने वाला नहीं। क्या हो जाएगा? हमारा जो उसके सामने देखने का जो नजरिया है, the way our outlook towards the life will change when we understand the real meaning of prasad. And when we do that, our lust and desire will go. That is why there is prasad. That is why. So we have got another maybe 8-7 minutes, and we'll try to conclude. So first I will say what generally is conclusion is done in the end of the chapter. So Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Karma Yogo Nama Tritiyo Adhyayah. So here we completed the Karma Yoga. We'll try to see what God told us in next maybe 6 minutes. First, God has told us, and this is a complete excerpt from Karma Yoga. God has told us that you cannot live without doing any karma. कर्म किए बगैर तुम जी नहीं सकते, क्योंकि तुम एम्बॉडीड एनिमल हो। यू आर ए एम्बॉडीड आत्मा। तुम्हें भूख लगेगी, प्यास लगेगी, कर्म करना ही पड़ेगा, सांस लेना ही पड़ेगी, खाना खाना ही पड़ेगा, वॉशरूम जाना ही पड़ेगा। यू कैनॉट लिव विदाउट डूइंग एनी कर्मा। यू हैव टू डू द कर्मा एंड यू हैव टू टेक द फ्रूट्स ऑफ इट। खाना खाओगे तो वॉशरूम जाना ही पड़ेगा। जिंदा रहना है, कपड़े पहनने ही पड़ेंगे। फिर चाहे आप चमड़े के कपड़े पहनो, कॉटन के कपड़े पहनो, यू हैव टू. Every action will be having a reaction and the fruits, and you cannot stop and discard the karma. Karmanira adhikarasya ma phaleshu kadachana. Most people forget the second stanza. Ma karma phala heturpuhu mate sangasta karmani. माते संगस्त अकर्मणि. अकर्म में प्रवृत्त मत हो जाओ. अकर्म में प्रवृत्त. You cannot stop or discard the karma. And then second part is because we are embodied animals. Because we are embodied animals, Prakriti, the nature and the senses will always work. कितना भी महान त्यागी ज्ञानी है, उसके मुंह जबान के ऊपर गुलाब जामुन रखो, उसको मीठा ही लगेगा. उसके जबान के ऊपर चिली रखो, मिर्ची रखो, उसको तीखा ही लगेगा, चाहे कितना भी ज्ञानी होने दो. क्यों? बिकॉज वी आर देह. हम लोग का देह है. प्रकृति विल वर्क. Senses will always work as per its guna. Guna matlab its characteristic. A tongue is supposed to taste. So if you put a chili on it, it will always taste as a hot. But if you put the chili on your hand, it will not feel as a hot. So guna के हिसाब से senses काम करेगी. It cannot be stopped. It cannot be stopped. Whatever बड़े से बड़ा ज्ञानी, त्यागी, महात्मा, साधु, बाप जी, बाबा जी आने दो, कोई भी आने दो, उसका जो प्रकृति धर्म है वो छोड़ेगा ही नहीं छोड़ेगा. कभी नहीं छोड़ सकते. उसको भी खाना खाना पड़ेगा, उसको भी सोना पड़ेगा. उसका बॉडी उसकी मानेगा नहीं. The third thing which is so, in which way the enemy, who is the enemy? The desire and the lust will envelop you. And remember the four ways we were looking at. Yatha darsho malena cha. जैसे मिरर को डस्ट ढक देती है, जैसे धुआं है वो अग्नि को ढक देता है. If you recollect or you can refer back again, that is what we saw. How the enemy is enveloping. And then we talked a lot about identifying the swakarma through your varna, natural inclination. And we talked about that, about the varna vyavastha, which has been very incorrectly, deliberately, and misunderstandingly explained as caste system. One of the biggest blame being put in on our Sanatana Dharma is caste system, untouchability, up and down, hierarchy, bifurcation, prioritization, whatever different words are used, by completely misunderstanding what is swakarma. Swakarma tamar bachya siddhi vindati manava. So we talked about it. We talked about it in detail. What is varna? How my varna can be selected? How I can select my work? Why? And why to do? Because I should like to do that work. हमारा varna है. एक बच्चा है, we took example, एक बच्चा he is a very social kind of a person. He likes to talk to people and all, but because there is a good amount of money and salary in a computer programming, we tell the child, वो तुम्हारा बाहर का जो है उसको निकाल दो और तुम कंप्यूटर प्रोग्रामर बन जाओ. You become a programmer. So now he is sitting in a small cubicle whole life doing programming. Whereas his real nature is to go out and talk, to meet people. So he will be unhappy. Why we have to work as per our varna? Because we have to be happy. Our natural inclination. That is what we talk. And then to do the work honestly and righteously by remembering who we are and how not to get distracted. And then sharpen the intellect through the thoughts and worship. This is where we were coming to. And take the fruits of the actions as prasad to avoid the lust, desire and greed in life. This is what is overall in Karma Yoga. That is what overall the God is telling in Karma Yoga. But still we have got so many questions. Isn't it? तो करना चाहिए, कौन सा करना चाहिए, तो फिर संन्यास क्या है? हमने तो ऐसा भी सुना सब छोड़ दो, मोह है, माया है, दुनिया खराब है, नश्वर है, हाँ छोड़ तो सकते नहीं, हम सबको पता है नहीं छोड़ सकते। साधु सन्यासी भी नहीं छोड़ सकते, हम लोगों ने अभी बताया देहात्मा है, देह है उनका, खाना तो खाना पड़ेगा, छोड़ नहीं सकते। तो सन्यास क्या है? एंड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट द गॉड हैज गॉन फर्दर ऑन द 4th chapter, ज्ञान कर्म संन्यास योगो नाम चतुर्थो अध्याय। Here the combination of jnana, karma and sannyas is there, and we are going to start our 4th chapter next Wednesday again between 6 to 6:45. We will try to understand what are the outstanding questions which are generating from karma yoga. How we can decide what is the real meaning of sannyas? What is sannyas? How to have a balanced life? All these questions we will be answering in next Wednesday 6 to 6:45 when we meet again for Srimad Bhagavad Gita study. Till then I wish everyone a good time. Vasudevasutam Devam Kansachanam Ramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha.